So yeah, basically, for me, Carrie Fisher's irreplaceable.
Okay.
I don't.
That's fair.
I don't want to see anyone else play her.
That's fair.
I mean, if it's a younger version, that's a totally different thing. But again, I'd be happier with the digital version than I would. That's me. All right. A couple other things. Bill and Ted 3 is picking up steam.
Yay.
It looks like as though we've got a title. Bill and Ted Face Music. We've also got, like I said, sounds like as though we've got a script. We've got director. We've got things happening. It looks like some motion.
Which
This
we've
is
heard
the-
a lot, but this time they appeared together, I think, in EW.
This is the only Keanu Reeves we'll make an exception on because I hate Keanu Reeves. I hate the guy, but I love him as Ted.
You don't like John Wick films?
No.
Oh, those are good. Yeah.
Anything Keanu Reeves in it, I won't watch.
What about Keanu Reeves as Princess Leia? Would you accept that?
It's just a continuation, you know.
Since Cal's not here, I feel like somebody should poke somebody else. Stick his arm in the tiger cage. Come on, it's got barbecue
Sounds well played,
sauce.
Scruffy nerve herder.
I don't. That sounds nothing like him, but it's funny.
Yeah. Because although he screwed it up, I still heard it.
No, I
In my
totally
head.
heard it. I totally heard the voice, and I don't. Yeah. No.
Get this walking carpet
So what-
out of my way.
So are they gonna do like older? Like I remember at the end of Bogus Journey, like they show the future Bill and Ted, and they're like dads and married. You know, like are they gonna do that? And
Go from there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that basically, I think they're going to have kind of an alternate future where they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and now they do. So, because they were
Interesting.
supposed to have music that, changed the world, and they never did it. So now
Right.
we get that. So
Okay.
it's hard to say. Deadpool goes pink to fight cancer. If you donate, there's an Omaze thing where basically if you chip in $10, you can win a pink Deadpool costume.
yeah,
And
good
it's
cause.
it's
Omaze does a lot of cool stuff.
So yeah. Let's see what else. No Deadpool series for you. Donald Glover.
Oh, this hurt.
Developing a Deadpool series gets it canceled. Just basically, he was developing for FXX. Apparently, they insulted Taylor Swift, and you don't insult Taylor Swift.
Is that the real reason? I remember there was a Taylor Swift episode, which I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. And they basically just said no.
Atlanta did a Taylor Swift?
No. They were developing a
Yeah.
Deadpool plot line with Taylor Swift and
It's an animated series, right? Yeah.
And
It just
network out.
yeah.
New Rock Stars on YouTube did a live reading of that script. It was pretty funny.
So was the logic for FX they didn't want to get in the way of Legion or anything?
I don't.
Was there a reason
I just.
they
think
just
that-
passed
Well,
on
they
it?
lied and said that he didn't have time to do it, and he
Yeah.
said that's not true. And he,
Right.
So it's who knows what the real reason is. So
Yeah. Basically, just talk about on anything because.
it may also have something to do with that Fox,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Disney merger too.
Yeah.
Quite possible. All right. Producer Ryan Murphy getting $300 million to produce content for Netflix, following in Shonda Rhimes' footsteps. She got like $100 million or something like that.
I didn't hear about this at all.
Yeah, he's getting basically, it said he was going to be buried on the Fox lot. Then Netflix offers him $300 million.
Nice.
So wow.
But Netflix, I feel like the wave is starting to come because there's a lot of cancel. So I didn't know this. So this is embarrassing, but I'll admit it. I interviewed Maria Bamford
Yeah.
earlier this week, and I love Lady Dynamite. It's one of my favorite shows, and I didn't know they canceled it.
Yeah.
And so I literally asked her, so like, how do you have time to shoot season 3 while you're touring? And she's like, oh, they canceled. I mean, she was super nice about it, but I did not know.
Yeah.
And then, so once I heard about that, then I started looking up. Everything Sucks got canceled this week. Something else got canceled on Netflix too. I mean, it feels like they're overproducing, and now they have to start
Well,
scaling back.
I do have to say, I like them bringing a lot of Bollywood stuff. I can't wait for them to start bringing some more Hong Kong movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they've been
Yeah.
putting out a lot of Bollywood movies on Netflix, and Bollywood movies.
I didn't
have
know
a
you were a
place.
They're
They're enjoyable.
Okay.
A lot of them.
I haven't
are.
watched a lot.
I could go for
There's
some.
some.
I cover some kung fu craziness, man.
Yeah. me
Oh,
too.
well, that, yeah.
Yeah.
So John Kay, the creator of Ren. Just,
No, he's worse than, I mean, he's
yeah,
he's a serial.
it's been rumored for years, and not even rumored. It's almost fact. But by this point,
He admitted he had a
it sucks, dude.
16, he admitted to BuzzFeed he had a 16-year-old or 17-year-old
he
girlfriend.
didn't admit it, but
He said he said it, like he confirmed they were dating or something.
yeah, they confirmed.
I
had
read
some
that
kind of
story.
relationship, but yeah, it's
Which, when you think about it, kind of makes sense because he has a very like out there. And I'm not saying all people that have a very out there sense of humor, but a lot of his cartoons are like hypersexualized and
Yeah.
and you know it, which begs the question: how did he get on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
because no one knew.
Because no one knew.
No
But
one
then
knew.
when they knew, it's like, well, now we've got to hide it or something.
Right.
A lot of Nickelodeon people are coming down. It
Yeah.
was him. There was the guy that produced.
Dan Schneider.
Dan
Another-
Schneider,
another
iCarly, and all that stuff, and then there was one more. I can't remember the other one. Just sad.
Quick rundown of a couple other things. The Stand going from basically being a movie to a 10-hour miniseries on CBS All Access.
Yeah.
Thanks, Idris Elba movie.
Yep.
I can't remember the name of it.
The Dark Tower.
Dark Tower, yeah, which was awful.
Creator of great TV, Stephen Bochco, passes away. Just
Stay hard.
so much good stuff from this guy. Hill Street Blues.
Oh, I wish we had Kyle here.
The Practice.
Yeah,
NYPD Blue.
NYPD Blue.
and there's some weird stuff.
LA
Doogie
Law.
Howser, MD, Cop Rock.
Oh God, I forgot about Cop.
So-
How did I forget about Cop Rock?
So
Yeah.
the good, the
Jesus.
bad, the guy's all over the place, but he created some really good.
The
television
trauma
stuff.
of primetime
Well,
television.
I mean, let's see. He's one of Aaron Spelling, the guy who did the Sit Ubu Sit.
The who?
Remember that the tagline was he was sitting at a typewriter and he threw it and it was like Sit
Oh.
Ubu
That
Sit.
was him, wasn't it?
Stephen J. Cannell, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I always get those.
And then
confused.
Stephen Bochco. I mean, those are
Yeah,
some top producers in the last 30, 40
yeah.
years.
When you had four networks, these were the guys that are on top.
Mhm.
Bochco created some great television.
Now it's Shonda Rhimes.
Now Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes and Ryan Murphy. And
Shonda Rhimes and Chuck
the
Lorre.
fact you have an openly gay man and a black woman, now some of the highest paid people in Hollywood creating.
No,
It's
totally.
just a cool thing.
Yeah.
So, all right. Finally, congratulations to Adam Nimoy, son of Spock, marrying Jadzia Dax, Terry Farrell. Yeah. Yes, it is.
I don't know.
It's all Star
Wow.
Trek stuff.
Yeah.
So,
That
yeah, it
went
was
way
cool.
over my.
Yeah.
That was just words.
Yeah.
That was like a word machine gun.
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, gets her
Yeah.
gets her star on the Walk
About
of Fame.
time.
About time.
And Harry Shearer.
Here's my segment for.
Harry Shearer releasing a solo album is Derek Smalls from Spinal
Nice.
Tap. So I'm a Spinal Tap guy. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
totally into this.
My first Alamo Drafthouse movie was This Is Spinal Tap.
Nice.
And finally, this is the 50th anniversary of 2001.
I feel like they should wait till 2051.
Yeah.
Just the math.
It feels like
Makes
it.
it
Yeah.
feels like when you said that I was like, that sentence doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. But
I know
No.
it makes sense,
It makes
but my
sense.
brain is like, that sentence doesn't make sense.
All right. So,
I can't. I like that movie, but God, it's long.
all right.
It's
I have a hard
it's
time
an
getting through
excellent movie. Yeah, I can't watch it in one sitting.
Yeah.
I have to get up
Yeah.
at least 4 times
yeah,
It's hard.
wherever I am.
It is one of those visually just.
No, it's a beautiful movie, but for some reason it's just
Kubrick?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Kubrick. I love. I don't care if it's a spoiler. The Kubrick scene in Ready Player One. I was geeking. That was that. I was trying to think of the moment I geeked out hardest, and that was it.
Yeah.
All right. How about that? All right. Adrian, you got some.
Yeah, we probably ain't got shit. I can't even come up with a good comeback. No, I ain't got shit. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I
It's all good.
apologize.
It's all good. Like we talked WrestleMania, and I think we killed your
Yeah.
segment anyway. So
Yeah.
so all right. How about Danny? You got a
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay,
Yeah, send me on a high.
let's do this one.
No pressure. Yeah, these are just things after today we all need to admit and just move on. Admit it, if The Rock wants to run for president like he keeps saying he might do in 2 years, he at least needs to play a president in a movie. He needs to do whatever he can to convince us he's qualified for the job. And based on the fact that he did Baywatch, I'm not convinced he can read. Admit it, even though no one's seen it yet, we all know that the first Purge is set in 2019. Admit it, golf is no longer a sport. Tony Finau scored a hole-in-one at the Masters, and while celebrating his achievement, he sprained his ankle.
He did.
He did. If you can get injured during the celebration dance, you're out of the sport category. The same would go for any other sport. Football would lose the category if Randy Moss mooned the crowd at Lambeau Field and he suffered a ruptured anus.
It did happen with Martin Gramatica. He scored after a game-winning field
the
goal.
Cardinals kicker.
Yes.
That's right. I completely forgot. All right. Admit it, football is no longer a sport.
Well, kickers
Thanks,
aren't.
Kyle. No, I'm just
Or
kidding.
better yet, kickers aren't football players.
I'm not. That's a whole other show.
Yeah.
And finally, admit it, if state highway crews want to reduce a 6-lane highway to 2, they need to find a way to stop time. Oh, and also admit it, we need to do more to fix our crumbling infrastructure. Like stop time. That's it.
That's all we got.
All right, so I do believe that is going to go ahead and wrap us up for another episode of Just a Sec. Danny, where can we find you?
We have a show at the Pocket Sandwich Theater with Folding Chairs sketch comedy troupe on, April 20th and 21st, Friday and Saturday at 11:15. Doors open at 10:45. Tickets are $15. Go to Pocket Sandwich Theater on the web.
Sweet.
Cool. And of course, you've got articles in the
Yeah, I got a ton of shit coming out.
so yeah, including internet, Maria Bedford. So yeah, Adrian, where can we find you?
In bed in about an hour.
Timing.
No. You can find me on Twitter at Adrian_Harry.
And of course, you can find me here just about every Sunday doing not only this show, Just a Sec, and also next issue, the Comics Podcast, right before this. You can also find me handling stuff on the Rancourt Pit, and of course with Figments and Isle of Toys, part of the Jedical universe. Anyway, you can also find this show at Just a Sec Show on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Just a Sec Show. You can email us, justasecshow@gmail.com. Anyway, we are just about out of here and out of time. We do want to thank you for tuning in to us here this week, and we are just about out. For the guys for Bacon Samurai, for the boys at Bacon Samurai, this is Kazak, and oh yeah, you can find Kyle working today because he didn't want to do the show.
See, it's a happy ending for Adrian.
Happy ending. No wonder he's been an hour. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you guys.
Bye.
All right.
This is DallasOnAir.com.